Hey Legionnaires and fellow NTW3 fans, and we are back in NTW3 of course with another historical battle for you today, and I am very much looking forward to this one. It is a bit of an unusual one with two very unusual factions that we are using. We've kind of gone to the effort of trying to find these two, well, like trying to make these two factions possible. So it's going to be the Battle of Olper is this one. So it's fought in 1809 between the Black Brunswickers, as they're known at this point. So it's like sort of like well, they're part of Brunswick, I guess, but they kind of sided with the Austrians. Then once the Austrians in 1809 had made peace, the Black Brunswickers, under the leadership of Duke of Brunswick, Frederick William, of course, a very typical name, they decided that they were going to go and fight for the British. So they were then trying to travel across Germany, which at this point, you know, Germany is pretty much under French control in some way or another, whether it's under the Confederation of the Rhine or whether it's just like actual French-held territory. They decided that they were going to try and travel across to get like a ship to the, across the North Sea and get to Britain. Very audacious sort of a thing to do. But yes, they are met at Olper by the well, the Kingdom of Westphalia, I guess they're known at this point. And there was a battle here. Yeah, Frederick Wilhelm was leading his Brunswickers into battle, and he was facing off against Jean-Jacques Roubaix, who is like the commander of the Westphalian forces. They were outnumbered, were the Brunswickers, 2,000 against 5,000. But they did, in fact, manage to get a tactical draw. So it's going to be a little bit different, I guess, to history. We are actually going to have an actual outcome to this battle. So we will have a victor. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes on. As you can see, we are using Wellington's corps here. We're using the Wellington 1815 corps. We are using solely just the Brunswickers in these armies. And there's only about so many units that we can use. There's about 7,500 worth of units. We all have the same cab, the same artillery, really. So yeah, not very much variety in this Brunswick army here today. And then they are taking on against the Westphalians here today. I can't remember for the life of me the name of the corps that is the Westphalian corps, but I think it's the it's going to be the 1812, and I can't remember the name of the commander. But they have him here. His name is escaping me. It'll come to me at some point. It's one of the French commanders that's given command of the French. I'm sorry, given command of the Westphalian armies. So yeah, and the Westphalians are limited to about 8,000 out of their amount, so they had about 2,000 left over. So they have slightly more money and a slight bit more variety, and there's some pretty decent units available to them. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes down. There's already a few shots being fired off over here as well. We have avant-garde Jaegers firing off over here, trying to harass the... looks like these are grenadiers or something coming forward here. I imagine there'll be plenty more of them. There's also some on the road over here. These avant-garde Jaegers need to get out of here, really. Don't want to hang around. There's probably, if there's one unit, there'll probably be more to follow. But yes, you can see that one of the Westphalian armies is flanking around this way here. We did actually set up some infantry ready and prepared for that sort of eventuality. The sappers as well, which is badass. They actually act as grenadiers as well, so they'll be very good in battle. And I do love like the light blue and black sort of like bearskin hats to go for with the skull on. That looks awesome. Are you a pirate or do you just love death? I don't know. Something with Germans and putting skulls on their hats. Hey, I'll say no more. I'll say no more. But yes, if you're enjoying NTW3 and want to see more historical battles on the channel, or if you just enjoy the NTW3 content and you haven't already, what are you doing? Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to if you've got any sort of like comments on the battle, whether someone's made a mistake or whether it's something you'd do differently. Do let me know. I'm always interested. Or maybe one of you can tell me what damn corps is the Westphalians are commanded by. But yeah, the French, well, I say French cab, Westphalian cab has managed to rout all these avant-garde Jaegers over here. I left these guys kind of isolated and cut off really, and they were kind of just more of a scouting, doing a scouting job. But yeah, they are kind of just being killed off for nothing. But yes, as you might be able to tell, I am playing as this corps over here. So I'm playing in sort of like the defense around this town. This is the objective, is this town. This is, I guess, is supposed to be like Olper that the Brunswickers are defending. And the Westphalians had very little rules, really. All they had to do was just take this town. And they could do it however they like, so they could flank on like they are now, or they could just take a direct assault like the other three armies look like they're going to be doing. So I'm excited to see how this one goes down, that's for sure. And yeah, we were streaming this on my channel a few weeks ago. It was certainly a fun one. So yeah, if you want to get involved with some streams, feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. Or whether you just want to send your own NTW3 content, you're like, man, I've got some good replays at Pope I need to show off. Then yeah, feel free to send them in as well. Make sure you're in the new Discord as well. There is like a new link in the description if you haven't joined it. It'd be called like Papal Army. I think the old one was called like Papal Legion. After the whole like hacking incident, just want to try and like get the whole crew back together again. Try and rebuild that community. But yes, it looks like the avant-garde Jaegers here just going to duel off with all these skirms off to the to start with. See who wins this. I don't really know. I feel like the avant-garde Jaegers are pretty decent, but they, I don't know, winning slightly. Fair enough. It's hard to tell in a skirmish fight who's really winning. I do love the Brunswickers though, like all in black uniform. It looks awesome. Very ominous. I remember when Brunswick actually used to be, like back in the good old days of NTW3, when Brunswick actually used to be its own faction, its own standalone faction. One of the cool things I did love about NTW3, that everyone had their small own unique sort of factions, like the Netherlands as well, and also like the Confederation of the Rhine, and Westphalian, Wittenberg, and all those. They all had their own armies, and they don't really now. They're all kind of like hidden amongst other armies. You have to kind of find them. Yeah, as you can see, we've got some Uhlans coming forward. Some, oh, they're getting hit hard here. Going for a little skirmish unit. Never really a great trade going for a skirmish unit with a cav unit. Because yeah, the skirmishers usually go for volley just like that, and usually rout the cavalry. And it usually cost benefit. That Uhlan probably costs more than those skirms did. And the Uhlans are now getting gunned down by the avant-garde Jaegers for failing. I like that. I like that sort of brutality in the Brunswick army. I can get behind that sort of thing. Yeah, it does seem as though the Westphalian army over here is more than a couple of units, and a cav unit is a full army here that is marching around. So I'm very intrigued to see how this one goes down. I am setting up a pretty decent defense over here. I've got a 6-pounder set up. Is it just the one? I think it is. No, there's a second one here. It's just so well camouflaged you can't even see it. We have those set up. I have some more infantry over here set up as well. Sappers. We have lifeguard infantry as well. So these guys should do pretty well. You can tell they're lifeguard as well. Like all good German infantry. They have the lampshade hat going on. And then we just have some line infantry. A lack of squares in this army, that's for sure. But yes, I'm hoping that we won't have to worry about them too much. I don't think either side has too much cavalry, but I know that the Westphalians can bring actual, I was told, can bring some guard cavalry, which is a little scary because that probably is pretty hard to break and kill. Yeah, these 6-pounders here doing their best. They're trying to take out. I think there was some artillery back here that they were trying to take out. You can see like all the shots littered around here. They don't look like they're hitting anything just at the moment. Definitely not worth shooting at those skirms. You won't do any sort of damage. But yes, Westphalia at the moment just sort of like testing the water, seeing what's going on, it seems. A lot of dead troops actually back here. It seems like there've been, yeah, a lot of dead troops actually you can see on the road back here. They've been hit. And that's a lot of cavalry actually, a lot of dead cavalry. That's not from Brunswick because that looks like Westphalians. So the artillery on this side here seems like it's been pretty effective pounding this army here. And have they arrived? Not quite yet. Where are they even like hidden? Oh, the Westphalians have gotten hidden in the forest. They have become the forest people. But it looks like with the intensity of skirms over here, and I mean I'm seeing more infantry shifting across towards this this crossing over here. Looks like the Westphalian main assault might come on this sort of area here, where these trees are. The avant-garde Jaegers also are in high concentration here, so expecting that, I imagine themselves. It's quite a lot of open ground sort of cross here for the Westphalians, so it might be why they're not being encouraged to do that. We'll see though, we'll see. We're just kind of waiting for the first sort of move. Certainly is a slow burner to start with here. Artillery back here. That is what they've been trying to aim at, I think, those Brunswick guns. Another piece of that. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of pieces back here as well. Wow. Patiently waiting to see who is going to make that move. Go on, I dare you. I dare you. Attack. Men of Westphalia. Prove your loyalty to Napoleon and the Emperor. I'm guessing that the, I mean, most of this artillery, actually, this artillery's been hit pretty hard. Just realized. It's starting to actually lose morale. A 9-pounder. But yeah, I was going to say, these artillery are well set back on the Brunswick side. It would be pretty tough to come and get these guns with any Westphalian cabs. So they're pretty secure. The only one I could potentially see being a threat is this one here. We actually have skirms slightly shifting across the river. Don't know what they are up to, but they're up to something, I'm sure of it. Yeah, the 2-unit, like the cab that we can bring as the Brunswick is these Uhlans, and then I have it, if I can find it somewhere, there's a Hussar over here, and I think this is it. So we all had the same 2 cab units here, there's Hussar as well, a bit more of a sizable unit. I think that was all we could bring, really. So we had to be really careful with cab. We could just send out on expeditions like that Uhlan went out early on one. We have to be very, very sort of passive with it, seeing what we can get done. Lots of infantry just dotted around back here. I think we're just kind of concerned that the Westphalians might come all the way around the back here and attack. So we've got a few of my, I think these are some of my infantry set up here. Got one square and one that can't. Yeah, kind of just patiently waiting, seeing if anyone's going to dare to make a move. Westphalia's lines are starting to appear now. Yeah, nothing as yet. I think maybe they're just waiting for that other army in the woods to just get into position, and then they're pretty much good to go. Skirms here are still firing. This is artillery, another artillery piece here. Pieces, 9-pounders here. I think these might have been mine, and I think I was shifting them back over here. I can't remember really what I was doing with them. Yeah, I think I was, because I'm getting shot at from the forest over here. That's the Westphalians in those forests set up, and I was like, I don't really fancy having my artillery crew just focus down, so I was like, yeah, we're just going to retreat and save them for another day. We have artillery also for the Westphalians now coming through this forest, using the road for mobility. Key thing in NTW3, always use roads. They're very, very good. They make you quicker. And you're coming down that road, and now I imagine they're going to set up somewhere to maybe pound this position here, try and do some damage if they can. But yeah, here we go. It looks like Westphalia is coming forward now. The lines are moving. Will they be able to change history and turn this from a tactical draw to a victory? Who knows? Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. Think it's going to be Westphalia? Think it's going to be the Brunswickers? Let me know who you root for. Oh, the guns broke. They actually managed to snipe this gun. I think there must have been 3 of them. Yeah, there is the 3rd one. And that gun crew just got entirely wiped out. I don't know whether he was limbering up and the artillery just hit him as he was limbering. Might have been the case because it took gun and crew. Yeah, that's routed it. That is unfortunate. A better gun would have stood. Would have been fine with that. But yeah, Westphalian artillery, I'm going to presume, is not well trained or well disciplined and are running for their lives. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. There you go. The Westphalians have appeared. And I guess the first sort of like line battle is taking place between the sappers and the infantry here, but they're going to give ground. They are not contending with that, and fair enough. Got a 9-pounder sitting up here. And I think my plan was to get it to basically just fire almost canister across this river here. Just absolutely pound these guys.
Sir, our general is under attack.
And yeah, my general's under attack because we all have the same general. If I can find him, it'll be over here somewhere. There he is, Heinrich von Brandstein. Heinrich is going to be holding the line for us, and he's this is light infantry actually. So, well, I presume that's what he is. Here we go. Yep, Westphalia is coming forward on this side here. I think this is going to be the main push. I was wrong. Actually, we're going to come here first instead of over on that far side. And they're going to, I guess, shift and try and push for this tree line. not really sure. But there are guns right in front of them. There's 9-pounders right here. And these will mercilessly batter them. If you're not careful. Come on, man. Load this gun. The German traitors are here. I think that fired canister. I think that was fired canister because I saw like that just splatter all over the place and hit this unit. I don't know if you guys did. That's what it seems to be doing. Yeah, actually also the Westphalians starting to appear on that crossing there. So it looks like they're going to make an all-out assault, to be honest, and try and go for the whole line, potentially. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. Line infantry opening fire, and they are trying to hit this crew here. The crew are starting to take a couple of losses here and there. They will eventually start to die. What a name. Gustavus von Norman. What a name. Got another artillery crew. 6-pound here trying to cover this assault as well. Gustavus here. You don't want to be doing that. Yeah, look at this. Infantry here starting to take a lot of damage from the avant-garde Jaegers here. And we've got cavalry now coming across the river. And they're going to go charging on it. They need to be careful to these Jaegers because, yeah, that is, well, an effective cavalry charge like that. And that's going to put all the guns and stuff over here under threat as well. And I wonder if they'll go for that. We'll see. It's a good move because then it'll link up with the infantry here. We had a cavalry charge as well from the Hussars that failed. But yeah, it looks like the gun crew might get away. The light infantry cannot form square. Gustavus cannot form square. And it looks like the cavalry might just go back across the river. Save itself. Oh, it's going to get chased by Uhlans. The Uhlans are going to descend onto this cavalry unit. Very, very nice. Can they rout it? They can indeed. A tiny little Uhlan unit as well. 21 men rather than a unit much, much larger than itself. And there's another cav unit now appearing from the forest. It's like Chevaliers, something like that. Yeah, even though the oh jeez, even though they can only bring Westphalians, they can still bring some decent cav. They are getting pounded hard, and the infantry tried to set up, and they tried to get into this line fight here, but they just took a lot of fire and couldn't get set up. And you can see the infantry already on red morale. Westphalian infantry is not looking great. Brunswick is yet to really be challenged on a line fight. Got another Frederick Wilhelm von Brunswick here. Trying to get them to the front lines. Using this cover they are. I mean, everything can be seen in here though. I'm surprised since they're in a forest. But they are kind of a little bit cooped up in this forest. But yeah, they are making an assault over here, it seems, next as well. They are dueling here as well. What new boss? That's the avant-garde Jaeger that died to the cav. Okay. This artillery is just like... I see camouflage, I'll give it that. I don't think that really helps with the cover. But yeah, they're just firing like dead on. And into that infantry ahead of them. See if it hits. It's landing right in front of it actually. It's firing like here. They actually need to kind of move. Probably want to shift a little bit to the left. It might be giving them also a bit of cover. I don't know. Might want to actually think about firing canister. Maybe see some of the muscle balls might hit. But we'll go back to the main line of fighting. Again, like I said, I don't feel like Westphalia is really engaging Brunswick properly. They're almost engaging the Jaegers here in the center, and that's all they're fighting. These Jaegers just harass and harangue those line infantry as long as possible. Some of these Jaegers are starting to be routed though. Like, if they get too close, they do get pounded to pieces by the line infantry. That is the only worry. But yeah, they are starting to sort of go red morale, starting to fade. But yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, I don't know if you saw this unit here. It's got absolutely pounded by artillery. The artillery, some of it is in really good position for the Brunswickers. Westphalians now bring up their horse artillery to try and get it a little bit closer, to try and bring it to bear. What is back there? Hussar routing. There is cavalry back here though. Look at this. So Westphalia is thinking about it. There's a Hussar that's now been sent to sort of kind of cover that. They do need to keep an eye on that threat. If one cab just gets in behind like that, it can cause all sorts of problems for Brunswick. Here we go, a charge coming. Looks like maybe a Chasseur Cheval or something like that coming forward. And they're going to go straight in, go for these guns here, these 6-pounders. I don't know if there's anything to cover them. There's no cavalry immediately near them. Squares are forming, but that does not save the artillery. The is going to fall to these chasseurs here, and they might get routed, to be honest, like the Cavs, but they are going to take, it looks like those Jaegers with them. They took the Jaegers with them, but they did rout themselves. And now look at this, infantry pushes forward, Westphalia is getting into point-blank range. It looks like some light infantry, maybe some line, so no, these are grenadiers. Vaguely, I think they are anyway, you can vaguely tell from the like red-rimmed hats. Over on this side, looks like Westphalia has been forced back. Lots of dashing casualties here. Looking at that, that is not good. I think that's from the artillery here. The 6-pounders doing their work. So they have done some nice work there. Yeah, Westphalia is having to sort of like rethink on its ideas and what it's going to do there. Oh my gosh! Look at this. That was brutal. Like the light infantry here getting hit in the side by the 9-pounders, just getting absolutely sized here. Either they've got to go forwards or they've got to retreat. And to be honest, I would think they've got to retreat. I mean, unless Westphalia keeps the rest of his line forward, which he is thinking about now. Let's see. Why is the general dismounted? Unless he wasn't supposed to bring him, maybe? Maybe he was supposed to have all combats as well. But yeah, they've got a general here. He's just going forward. Careful. Horse artillery is limbering. Oh, it looks like it's going to get the hell out of there. And these light infantry and line infantry. I feel like the line infantry could probably push forward now. Try and take this fight to Brunswick. It needs to kind of push forward. There's nothing in this forest, like at the very front of it. Brunswick's kind of given that ground up. And it looks like we're going to see another charge here. Oh, this is looking painful for the Westphalians. I think they got their pathfinding wrong. And this light infantry here, if it can just shoot up as it tries to cross. Be merciless and cruel. This river defense is going pretty well at the moment for Brunswick. I mean, yeah, pathfinding seems like an issue. And yeah, Westphalians Cav was seen off. We've got here a little Ulan that's going across the river. Going to go and hunt down some I don't know, maybe a general, maybe some artillery. Yeah, it looks like Westphalia's kind of patiently waiting on that side to get back to the center where this is where their main assault looks like it's gathering, but they haven't really got in bayonet range, which I presume is what the Westphalian grenadiers would be wanting to do. And it looks like they are slowly pushing forward, trying to take this tree line. Whether they could manage to push forward a little bit more. I think the cavalry maybe to support. A lot of this line infantry for the Brunswick cannot form square. Which you need to remember. I can't remember how good the morale was though. Oh, cavalry just got routed there. That must have gone for a dash. Oh yeah, it did. It went for the artillery over here. And it got beaten back. More squares formed and just sent the packing. So yeah, another 9-pounder was successfully defended there. But yeah, they got to remember, most of these units can't form square. I feel like a couple of the light infantry can and the light guards. That's really it. I can hear melee, or at least I think I can hear melee, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I'm imagining it. But yeah, Brunswick right now, they're causing all sorts of problems on this front line. Oh, it's just a glitch from the previous fight. Yeah, the avant-garde, also another unit that can form square, looking pretty dandy. They go into battle with, I'm just going to move away because I don't like hearing the melee, just like behind, in the background. Yeah, they've got their very cool looking hats, look at them! Like a green little tuft, like a top hat with like a side, I don't know what that style is, but like with a side just turned up, it's kind of cool. But yeah, so they're getting a little closer are the Westphalians. But yeah, the Brunswick is doing a great job holding this tree line here. And still, Olper is safe and sound. No one is being threatened. We've got plenty of sappers here just waiting around outside. I don't know what they're doing there. And yeah, Westphalian infantry is just not looking good. Every cannon volley that hits them, it just threatens them and like threatens to break them, it seems. The most success is taking place on this side here, which is still not really success, just forcing back the enemy. Whether they could bring up that horse artillery wherever it's disappeared to. they had that. Bring that maybe into the forest. They could maybe use that to pound away on the line infantry here. It's an idea. I don't think it's exactly much cavalry here. There's a little Ulan. 10 men. I feel like that won't make it to the guns. There's another hussar there, but they are kind of short on cav actually now I look at it. Our Brunswick. The little Ulan of mine I had way in the back here, just hidden. Trying to just to keep the Westphalians on the toes. Keep the cav almost away from the front lines. Oh, and here we go. That charge of that 10-man Ulan, which is now down to 8. Managed to actually rout an infantry unit. And more concerningly, a lot more of the Westphalians are starting to rout on this side here. I think it's the cannon fire. Just a little too much for them. And they're being forced back. And the Brunswickers are coming forward. They see their time to move forward. Here we go, men of Brunswick. The Black Brunswickers, loyal to the Duke to the end. We are the Duke's men. We fight for Austria. Now we want to fight for Britain. Oh, these guns are kind of going to get charged, I think. The infantry here is definitely getting very close. Definitely charged. If they turn the gun and fire canisters, now it would be game over for that infantry. But we'll see. But they're getting super close on the Westphalians. A charge is on the way. Here we go. Light infantry. Race! Race, men! Got a decent volley off, actually. Probably will rout those Westphalians. Yeah, there you go. And instead we're going to see a counter charge over here from the light infantry. Charging. I think it's a skirmish they just charged. I don't know why they were in the forest. Moving forward. But there you go. Good charge. Now we have the hussars going in. They're going to try and rout this unit here. Charge, men! Men of Brunswick! Rout every last one of these scum. And I think this is it's that grenadier unit again, so they've done okay. Need to get out of there now. Get out of there, hussars. You've overcommitted. There's lines waiting for you. They actually managed to get it nice. Managed to get that unit. Now they just need to get back. Men of Brunswick. Proud men. You need to be careful, they don't get shot by their own artillery though. Oh my gosh! I just said it. Just said it as well. Don't be shot by your own artillery. And these hussars just got reduced probably more than that volley from the artillery there. What are you doing, August? Stop firing! I put that man on a charge. But yeah, I think they lost more men in that volley there than they did actually in the cavalry charge against those grenadiers. And yeah, that's forced back the Westphalians are actually giving up this sort of forested area a bit. Brunswick sort of advanced and has now changed his mind. Brunswick has advanced so into the open here. It's a risk because he's kind of giving up that tree line, which is so well protected in this entire game. Gustavus is here, very good to see. They're pushing forward. They smell blood to the Brunswickers. They want a chance. What is going on back here? We got a Westphalian unit. These guys have just walked on by, snuck past, not even been seen. That's how sneaky they are. Again, still patiently waiting on something to happen over on this side. I was kind of bored out of my mind. I think it was my hussars actually that charged forward because I had nothing else to do with them on this side. I was just patiently waiting for an army to dare to cross this crossing here. And I had my artillery trained and ready to go. Yeah, nothing has come. We actually have an infantry unit as well. I don't know how they... Another Gustavus! I don't know how he's got over here, but he's a madman. And he's making a push. There's cavalry actually in the forest over here. They are charging out. So Chevalier Gers that we saw earlier, they are going to go in. And poor Gustavus is probably going to get killed off here. It was a brave move, Gustavus. But you will die here. And they get bayoneted in the back as well. Those grenadiers, unnecessarily charging actually. They don't need to. That was a throwaway of a unit, really. Yeah, back to square one almost for Westphalia here. They're now outside the forest again, bombarding away with their artillery. Not really achieving anything. Like I said, I wonder whether if they shifted forward their artillery here, whether they could have forced out these Brunswickers, forced them back further into the forest, or even out of it, out the other side. Or it certainly would have baited in cavalry, which they could have potentially been killed off. Again, this cavalry over here for the Westphalians kind of just sitting here patiently, not really doing anything. I know they can look to maybe cross around the back over there, but not really doing much. Whether that could have been used to support in those bayonet charges, I don't know. But it looks like, we might be about to see a charge. We have like a chasseur here. We have infantry moving. Be interested to see what happens. I actually was trying to be a bit bold. I was like, go on, let's see what happens. Then some infantry across the other crossing over here, which is vaguely protected by stakes, but actually it's not very well protected at all. It'd been interesting to see. I was interested to see whether I can make a push, but no, it seems like no. That will not be the case. Westphalia is on his way. This Westphalian centre has almost just given up. They've retreated. Whether they're now going to shift over to the right. Look at this. Columns are being formed. Westphalia is on the march again. In their blue and white uniforms. They're coming forward. And it looks like this is going to be the do or die assault. I think these are the weaker units. They fell in the first assault. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, both sides are looking like they're forming up to now maybe make an assault. Got like double lines of columns here. It's juicy for artillery. So try and keep an eye on both sides. This is kind of going down at the same time here. Shooting their own skirmishes, that's what it's kind of come to. Line infantry fight, yeah, kind of getting underway here. Seems like it's a little bit calmer. We'll see what. We'll go back over to this side. Have they made the move? No, not yet. Chunks are being taken out of this infantry though. I think, yeah, they're just getting into position. Yeah, look at that. That was pretty brutal. Already down to orange morale from that artillery. Very nice. We want to keep that sort of thing up. I'll go through one unit, goes into the next, which is just, oh, glorious, glorious stuff. Got plenty of reserves back here waiting, which is good to see. Lots of light infantry and light infantry shifting across. Actually, yeah, I thought these guys were maybe going to go for another bayonet charge. Looks like they're going to actually just sit and just shoot each other. Artillery has now been shifted over here. August, man, 6-pounder here is now shifted to fire on them. This is what the Westphalians should have done earlier to try and get the advantage on this flank. Now they don't have it. And the 9-pounders here also firing on this flank. But yeah, here we go. Assault on this side is taking place. Already one infantry is broken. Cavalry is coming in. Will it get the artillery? Quite possibly. No, we have hussars coming forward here. And I think I shot my own hussars. I'm not sure yet. Morale is not looking good. Both sides broke, but that is all we need. That's all we need to do. Line infantry is looking pretty rough here for the Westphalians. We're getting some good volleys into these guys. Keep on firing. Unfortunately, I think just because of the positioning of where I was, made it really tough for this Westphalian player. Another good volley there into the infantry, getting a brutal hit off. And I didn't realize this was like all marshy. My gosh, look at that. Every hit is just brutal. How is this unit still on green morale? I do not know. Yeah, units are starting to break all around them. They're just like unnerved. And I probably could make a bayonet charge now, but I was quite happy just to shoot them. I was like, screw it. Why overcommit? We can just bayonet them. Especially when we don't want to overcommit and like do something silly. And cavalry like to charge them. So we've got a chevalier actually charging my infantry here. Someone's infantry. Pretty successful to make it across. Might have been a little bit of thin in there, I don't know. A couple of shots did fire off. The Chevalier changed its mind. We could now actually make an assault across. Oh my gosh, look at that. Every volley right now is brutal. Let's see what's going on the other side. Still a line fight at the moment. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Yeah, it's pretty much over here. And here we go. Line infantry going forward. I think this might be one of my allies. Like, send forward the lines. Send forward. Here we go. In they go. Send these Westphalians back to where they came from. Send them to hell. There we go. Absolutely routed this Westphalian army over here. So my job is almost done, really, because even if these guys return, they're not going to be as strong as they used to be. And yeah, look at that. I mean, there's hundreds of Westphalians right now running for their lives, running back to their capital, wherever that is. And yeah, it's a shame I don't have any cavalry right now just to... Well, actually, I do. I have it, like, so far in the back, somewhere back here. I don't know where that Ulan's got to. It's back here somewhere, I thought. Maybe not. I thought I had a Ulan back here, but maybe I don't. Maybe it got killed off. Quite possibly. Oh no, here it is. Ulan here, fresh. Coming out, it can just go and just try and get some kills. Which probably will do. Yeah. Milk some kills. And we have, looks like a couple of infantry units here, or at least the one that's coming forward. Maybe I've been to combat gen, I don't know. Cav coming back across it. So Chevaliers, again, they're just everywhere. Really are. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much, bar maybe attack that light infantry or go for, you know, anything else, really. They're not going to be able to assault Olper itself. I've never seen a cavalry unit scale stairs. So yeah, they're going to, the lifeguards here, they're getting hit. Form square! Form square! He did not. Oh, and he did. Oh, jeez, the artillery is actually hurting his life infantry. The lifeguards. He's gonna get the guns. It's a hollow victory, but a victory all the same. There you go. If the squares now just want to fire a volley. I mean, actually, these Chevaliers have rallied kind of well. They could cause all sorts. I mean, there's a few of the artillery pieces I swear back there. They might want to be careful, like the Brunswick, because that's just in their back. And I don't think we have any cav left. I certainly don't really have much. I have that Ulan, which is like the wrong side of the map. We have a Hussar here that could definitely be used. But yeah, here we go. Not looking good on this side here at all either for Westphalia. We're going to see Frederick von Brunswick actually go into battle. One of the combat gens going in against those Brents. He's broken them. Looks like they're going to just, yeah, the sapper shoot, I'd imagine. They are Grenadiers. These beautiful men with their light blue hats on. Glorious. Yeah, they look like they're going to rout most of this army. Just beat them in a line fight, and now it's just finish them off in melee. And once one breaks it, it affects all the other units. That's how NTW works. It causes a chain rout. Have a general dead over here. Okay, it says general over here from the oh, it's from this army that went across the river. Okay. But yeah, I think that is basically this army here dealt with. They can charge onto these guns, which had also ships across. Good to see they actually did do that. It didn't really make much of a difference in the end, though, as the Brunswickers are still making their push. I don't know where that. Like, oh, the cavalry did actually make an assault as well across the river. They did go for that sneaky back charge, and the Hussars just about did enough. They nearly routed themselves, but they did just about rout that chasseur. So that was handy, because otherwise that Chasseur Cheval could have caused some issues. Unlikely, but you never know. We've got a couple of line infantry units here. Or might be Grenadiers. They're crossing. Maybe they'll make a last dash attempt to go for Olper. Not really much they can do. Lines here are set up, light infantry. Got pretty good reloading skill, pretty good accuracy. That is the benefit of the lights. They should gun these guys down. We'll see them come out, the Grenadiers come out the tree line. Ah, charge them! And both units are routed. There you go. Well done. Brunswick are holding strong. I don't know if any of the Brunswick infantry is actually routed. Like, I don't know if we lost a single infantry unit. Sounds awful. Makes it sound very one-sided. Apart from like the skirms, I don't know if any line and lights were broken. I haven't seen any broken. Brunswick is a pretty damn strong. I mean, they're facing Westphalians, makes them look strong. If they're facing an actual French corps, they might have been a lot different. But yeah, well, the Hussars here don't know what they're going for. Don't know. There's not really anything back here. All routing troops. I think that's it, really. There's a couple of like, looks like artillery crew here. There's a general. Kill him! Kill the damn man! There's artillery there just across. The general dead, and now, yeah, just charge across, get the guns over here. I think that is it then. I think that is basically the battle. That's all they got to do. So we'll just fast forward, we'll just wait for these infantry here to get to the top of the hill, manage to take that. Another general dead. And there we go. That is, I think, the battle basically over. The Battle of Olper, fought in 1809. Was a tactical draw in history, but it looks like Brunswick today is going to be winning it. And maybe those Brunswickers will get to the North Sea and will, you know, unite up with the English, the British army in Britain. Who knows? Who knows? It would be cool if they did, wouldn't it? Yeah, one volley should rout these guys, you imagine. There we go. And that is game, I think. So, yeah, there you go. The victory screen is up. So, yeah, as I was saying, I was playing in this one. I was playing as the army that was kind of defending that crossing. Hopefully I put up the end results for you to have a look at so you can see who did well and who didn't. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone that took part in this one. This was from my perspective, so I'll actually see my unit stats, which I imagine isn't anything too exciting. I can't remember how many kills I got, but not too many. One of my Ulans, I think these guys milked kills, but they got 219 kills. But yeah, the Hussars 73. My Lifeguard infantry 60 kills, artillery 52, but yeah, nothing insane. It wasn't a exactly like large scale battle. A bit like in history, there's only like 7k men on the field in history. Might have been something similar, to be honest, in this one. I'm not sure. But yeah, the kills did okay. But there you go, guys. That is going to be today's video. I hope you did enjoy anyway. And if you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to join the Discord as well if you want to get involved in any NTW3 battles. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.